Hi, Lake George seniors and parents and guardians of seniors. Mr. Preuss here with a couple Friday announcements. February 5th, we're heading into semester 2, and so there's a couple things moving on the college application front that I wanted to make sure I sent this message about. First of all, mid-year grades. My office is in the process of sending out mid-year grades. We have the quarter 2 report cards processed and distributed. So we do plan to have mid-year reports to colleges at the beginning of next week. Students, if you've applied to your colleges through the Common App, or you applied to your colleges through the SUNY Systems online application, we are going to be uploading your mid-year reports automatically to those platforms. There's nothing for you to do to notify us to send them. However, if you applied to colleges through the college's own website or their own application form, something different than the Common App or the SUNY Systems online app, you do need to notify us. We sent you this form here, little instructions on sending mid-year reports to colleges. Basically, you have to tear off this lower half and list the colleges that you want us to send your mid-year report to. And again, outside of your Common App schools and your SUNY schools. So get that into us early next week so that we can get those reports out to the colleges that need them, okay? The other thing I wanted to mention quickly has to do with financial aid. And many of you are working on your financial aid applications. The FAFSA is the main one that we hear so much about, the free application for federal student aid. That has been available since October 1st. And what you're finding now that we're getting into February is that colleges are starting to have their financial aid deadlines. If you miss a financial aid deadline for a college, a couple things could happen. One is you end up getting the leftovers of the financial aid. The offices will be processing and distributing their financial aid based on who has applied. And so they don't necessarily set aside any reserve. So if you come late to the table, you may get into a college, but because your financial aid application was late, you might not receive as much aid as you would have otherwise. The worst scenario is when the college doesn't consider you for any aid because the application was late. So you want to be double checking those financial aid application deadlines. There are also 2 different forms that you might find the college requiring. The FAFSA is one. The CSS profile is another. The CSS profile digs deeper into a family's income and asset picture. And the CSS profile is required by a number of colleges. They tend to be private, more expensive schools. So what I would recommend that you do, just to double check your list of colleges, go to their websites and look at each of your schools. What forms do they require? Is it just the FAFSA? Is it the FAFSA and the CSS profile? That is going to inform you as to what paperwork you need to send to each of your colleges so that you remain eligible for financial aid. I'm going to attach a couple links, quick links to the email that has this video in it. One of them is the list of participating institutions. So you can see, hey, this is just the entire list of colleges that require the profile. You can check, you can cross-reference your list against this list if you wanted to. The other way you can go is through your Common App account. If you used Common App, if you're on your home screen, if you head to the Financial Resources tab and scroll down a bit, okay, Common App has built a list of links heading to all of your colleges' financial aid websites. So you can click through to each of your colleges and navigate to the financial aid application instructions and see what forms they require. So 2 different ways for you to double check to see that you're sending the colleges the right forms. And just to warn you, if you haven't dealt with the CSS profile at this point, you may be finding that some colleges are expecting it by February 15th, which is just around the corner. If you're looking for insight into how to file the profile, CSS profile has a little audio and video tour to walk you through the major steps. That's another link that I'll include in the email. So just touching base to make sure that your process is flowing smoothly. Again, mid-year grades are going to be going out. I'm expecting by Tuesday of next week. That's the 9th of February. And you want to spend some time this weekend just double checking that your financial aid paperwork is in place. Thanks so much. Enjoy your weekend, and please be in touch with your questions.